it peaked. It had a little light, so
All right.
Yeah.
Well. Hey guys!
Oh my god!
Can we restart that? No, we're keeping it. Hey guys! Welcome back to the Kamayan Corner.
I'm your host, Camille, and I'm joined here with my co-host, Elisa.
Hey guys!
And today, we have our very first guest on the Kamayan Corner. We would like to welcome our good friend, Luigi.
Buenos dias, everybody.
And so, Luigi has, we've known him. We've known about him. He's a good friend of one of our friends that's in our group. And we all, like, met each other in college, but we known about him, like, throughout our whole lives.
So famous.
You know the story. I don't know why.
I do know the story.
Yeah, so, like, we knew who he was, and because our friend, like, they're best friends, and they would talk about them, like, him all the time. But we never got to meet Luigi until college, or, like, me and Luigi, go to school together, so that's how we met, and then we had an event, and he came, and we finally all met each other formally, but, like, we would see each other and stuff, but, like, we never talked. So, and then we're all really good friends now, so it all worked out.
Would you look at that?
And now he's on the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
So, today's topic, we're gonna talk about film and photography, mostly, like, for people who are interested in, like, doing film or, like, photography and stuff like that, because, Luigi's really into that and really good at it. So, I guess, Luigi, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Well, my name is Luigi McCarran. I go to U of M Dearborn with Camille, not Elisa, because she goes somewhere else. But yeah, I'm just very interested in, like, photography and videography, and so it's kind of been my passion for a while now, so I'm glad to be able to talk about it with you guys.
All right. So I guess we'll just start off, like, how did you get interested in all this stuff? Like, what was the first instance, or, like, what made you decide?
See, it's difficult because a lot of times people talk about, like, how they watch, like, a bunch of movies, or, like, they go to, like, plays or musicals where like, you can see it visually, and then they suddenly got interested in that. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that. So what happened was, I think this was, like, early 2018, 2017. One of my girlfriend at the time's friend was making, like, a short film, and then he asked me to kind of, like, play as, like, a background character. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll get this done. I'll be cool. I'll be on the film or whatever.
What is that?
Ooh.
Where's that
That's
coming
not
from?
me. I don't have any other devices. Ooh, you're in trouble.
Dude, where's that coming from?
Bro, what?
Dude, are you sitting on the phone?
Am I?
You're sitting I'm like, I swear it's coming from the couch.
I was like, wait a second. What is my...
I hear something.
Is my butt, like, releasing sound? What's going on?
It's to give some context on what that was, that alarm. It was from my phone. I have an alarm that goes off 5 minutes before my small group.
Okay, which we should all be at.
Yeah, awkward.
Okay.
Shout out to JJ, I love you.
Love
Sorry I couldn't be there.
I completely lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
You were talking about when you were a background character in your friends, your like
ex-girlfriend's
film. Yeah,
friends.
Oh,
film.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Go into that more.
So basically, I was just, like, hoping to, like, get my cameo or whatever and just, like, be done with it, you know, be a supportive boyfriend to her and stuff. So, like, I just showed up, and then I was like, man, this is kind of fun, but also, like, what I'm looking at right now kind of sucks. I can do this better. And so that's I'm
gonna one up this.
Yeah, no,
like,
this sounds like a very terrible, like, reason why to, like, really get into film. But, like, I looked at it and I was, like, watching, like, the short film, and, like, granted, this is, like, a high school short film, so I mean, like, you know, given some, like, leeway and stuff on, like,
but still,
what they know and stuff. But, like, I looked at this and I'm like, I can do this better. and that's literally what started my interest in, like, film and photography.
it was
like,
just pure spite. You're
that's
like,
actually, like, fairly recent. That's, like, not too long ago.
Yeah.
I thought, like,
no, dude.
like,
Honestly,
from, like, your childhood, like, from the beginning, I, like, had my digital camera and I would go around take pictures of stuff.
No, yeah, because,
okay,
like,
wow.
I don't think a lot of people know this about me. I was that kid who did only films for projects.
Wow.
If I had the option.
Same.
That was not me.
100%.
No, like, yeah, middle school, like, I was known, like, I did not talk, so I was kind of mute. But everyone knew me as the girl who would film her book talks. So I remember getting, like, text messages on Kik where people would be like...
The good times.
Yeah, they'd be like, yo, Camille, can I be in your next book talk? And I would obviously, like, select my friends, and, like, these people, like, some of these people I didn't really, like, were friends with, so I'm like, oh, sorry, or, like, I'll be like, hell yeah, you're gonna be there. I once had, like, the same group of people do it, too, but, yeah, so, like, that was, like, I guess, like, I thought it was cool and fun, so, like, yeah, I kind of, like, had that thing, but, like, it never really turned into anything substantial. I mean, I know how to edit videos, like, fairly decent. Not as good as Luigi, but, like...
No, listen, all the stuff that I learned, literally, if anybody out there is very interested in photography or film work, you don't have to go to school for it. I mean,
No, for sure.
It'll definitely help,
Yeah.
but like a lot of stuff that you can learn now is just out there in the internet.
Yo,
So
you can-
I
yeah, no,
encourage
that's-
anybody who's interested in photography or videography to like research it on YouTube or like Squarespace or something like that. Not Squarespace. What's Skillshare.
Skillshare.
That's not Squarespace. Is a
Not
website, but-
sponsored at all. We
It's
are not sponsored.
but there are many outlets on the internet on how to like get into film or photography and just like expanding your like bubble of knowledge in terms of that. So
No,
I
yeah,
encourage
for sure.
anybody
No,
to do
yeah,
that.
that's how I learned too. I like literally Googled a lot of things.
So what did you use, like, when learning? And, like,
Oh yeah, so yeah, after you were like, I can do this better.
where did you go from there?
Like, what did you do? Buy a camera?
Well, yeah, the first thing I did was I took my family's camera,
Oh, you took the
which was
camera, yeah.
very like garbage. It was complete like
As most
Gotta start-
cameras
gotta
at the
start
time.
somewhere.
yeah.
Somewhere.
You gotta start humble beginnings.
Yes.
Yeah, so I used that, and then I started like just taking like practice stuff, and I'm like, this kind of sucks, and like it's kind of like looking like the it kind of looks more like what a high schooler would do, which is kind of the similar one that I was like I could do better at that. Like it's kind of similar to the short film that
You're
my
like, I can do
girlfriend's friend
better.
did. Yeah, so I was like, I can't be doing this. I need to learn like what are the ins and outs and like how to improve and make something that's actually substantial. So I just started, I don't know, I started getting into like first off cameras, learning how a camera works and like the intricacies of it, so you can get certain effects in like film. And then I started researching about like different theories about photography and cinematography.
Dang, you went
Like, you're
all
in
out.
there.
Yeah, so
Like-
He in there.
That's so cool. Like, I like see some videos and stuff online or like articles, and I read them. They're like so cool, but it's beyond me. Like, I wish I was into that stuff. It's so cool though.
yeah, it came from like it went from like just wanting to do better than this one guy, which is like a very garbage reason why to do it, but it went from like I can do better than this, that to more of like an interest in it, like a very heavy interest. To,
Like, the more you learn, the more you're like, oh, I could get behind this.
yeah, like it literally like became like I'd wake up and I'd like learn how to do like how to like master composition or like how to better lighting or stuff like that. And so like it really became interesting, and like it got me to think of like different movies and like the work that goes into it and like how to get that image. So that's really what interested me was how to get from here to here in a movie, like how to build that. And so that's really like what started my like interest in cinematography and photography, if that means anything.
All right, so obviously cinematography and photography are two different things. So like, did you start off with like one or the other, or were you working on both?
Ooh, I was I was way more into cinematography than photography. It wasn't until like I started getting like low on funds and like I was like I need another outlet of like income. And so like I was like, I'll just do photography as like a side hustle, like something that I can do on my like if I have time, I can just go out and like take a couple pictures. And then it made me start to realize how much work actually came into doing photography, because like a lot of people don't know this, but when you purchase like a service like photography, you aren't purchasing the final image. You're purchasing all of the work that came before that.
The experience.
So, yeah, the experience that came before that.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So basically I had to like get into, if I'm getting into cinematography, like I can't just like half-ass photography. Like I have to be fully invested in it. And so that's how like I started to transition more into photography too, as like a side hustle type thing.
Right, because like I'm assuming you had to learn how to edit photos, how to
yeah.
how to like obviously like when you're out taking these photos, you can't just make it like awkward. You need to learn how to be a like good. I don't know, like
how to be like a social butterfly.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
sociable person. Maybe suggest like poses or stuff like that. Because like I know I have a family friend who does photography. He's like kind of awkward, so like in that aspect, it's kind of like awkward, but like. He also will edit the photos really well for the final project. So, like, clearly he knows, like, how to do all this stuff. But, I mean, granted, he's a family friend, so, like, I can't complain. But, like, at the same time, it'd be better if, like, you know, he was, like, more sociable.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, even now, I'm still very awkward when it comes to new people. But I've been learning how to, like, open people up more and, like, how to make them feel comfortable so that they're comfortable and like they're happy with the final product that I give them. So yeah, it's just all about like kind of learning how to open up people to the possibilities of like what the camera can picture of them, you know. So it's kind of like how to describe it. It's kind of like opening people up to the most comfortable side of themselves.
No, yeah, for sure, Which is like also a skill because like you know you can't just like do that. Yeah, and especially like, for someone who like I'm assuming like you started off with like people you knew. Like I know you would do a lot of like work for like SAFA. You would do our photo shoots, and then like us our friend group in general, and like all your friends, and then like
definitely.
Then when you started going out to like newer people that you didn't really know, I'm sure you had to learn how to
communicate with them better.
Yeah, communicate with them, get them to be comfortable, because we're obviously comfortable with you. So we're just it's gonna be easy. Like we're already like.
Well, even then, it was still really hard to like switch from like being someone who is like kind of like outgoing and like can talk to people easily, but like directing people and like how to like tell them how to pose or tell them what looks good. That's like an entirely different skill. So I still even had trouble with that, even with you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was like something that I had to figure out how to do, which I still don't completely know.
I mean, it's still in the works. You're still working on it. You know?
Yeah. Just letting everybody know, I'm not a pro of any sort. I'm very much so an amateur, but this is just an amateur like talking to you guys about his experience.
This is like we're trying to get people out here who can help, who are at the same level or like close to the same level you guys are at, so you can realize that you are not alone and you can do this. That's the point. But yeah, no, Luigi, I feel like you've been doing a good job.
Thank you. Oh wow.
Yeah, especially because
I see what you've done. They look great.
Okay, so I guess like something we can talk about since I mentioned like SAFA. If you want to talk about, so so to give some context, I'm currently the media chair for SAFA, and a lot of times I'm not like I'll ask Luigi to do things for us, like in terms of media. I'll be like, hey, can you like film this thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much like the shadow of like the media chair. Like I'll always do like the behind the scenes work, you know.
Yeah, he won't actually be the media chair,
which
but
I love doing.
He'll do everything
pertaining to the media chair.
Yeah, he won't be the media chair, but he'll just do it. Yeah, no. So I guess like the most recent project I asked you to do, was for our PCN.
Oh my god.
That was the most
I literally
stressful time
showed
of my
up because
life.
I was a performer for there, and I showed up early, and he was like still editing the video. I sat down.
That was the most stressful day of my life. Oh my god.
Okay,
so
yeah, okay. To
funny.
give the context, so I asked Luigi to work on two things specifically. So, the first thing he got done like fairly easy. The second thing was kind of a little harder. So for SAFA, we usually do like an interview with the new members about like, or new and old, but we wanted to mostly focus on new, to get their like question them on like their experience in SAFA and everything, and we really wanted to make this like really good, like a really professional looking production, because the first time Luigi didn't do the first time, so not that it was like wasn't bad or anything, but you know it could be better. So I asked him if he would take this on, and then the second project was I wanted a video for the executive board, something to show us off, something really cool. So I remember the interview. That was 2 days, right? We did that in 2 days.
Oh,
filming wise.
So, filming wise, it took 2 days.
Yeah, filming wise.
Editing wise, it took like 2 weeks. Oh my god, that's probably like the like my most hard worked and like most my most favorite project, because that's the one I put the most work in. And it was
Yeah,
just
if you
cool.
want to see this interview, I'll put a link in the show notes. It's actually really good. You should check it out. But
Yeah.
no, I remember like, because we filmed in my apartment,
Mhm.
and I was like, I had to tell my roommates like, hey guys, we're filming. But they already knew, like they knew like I was in charge of like the PCN, and I was like putting in a lot of work, so they were fine with it. So
I felt so bad.
yeah, Loki saying, because
I was
kind
basically
of
like walking into someone's like guest house and just like, hey, shut the hell up. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry.
we also trapped like my two inner roommates, like because the way the room's set up is like our living room. There's two doors like that go into two different rooms. So those people were kind of trapped in the rooms as we were filming. But I mean, I think they usually just left when we were filming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had the living room set up. We had like a current backdrop, and then like a little Christmas tree like a mini Christmas tree, and then he had like all these lights set up. Like
Yeah, that was like literally like the first time like I bought all this equipment for, at some point in my life I'll use it. But like that was like the time where like I could show off like all the skills that I've learned at that point, and like how to use all this different equipment. And so like I was just like really excited. I'm like, okay, what can I do with this, and how can I make this look so good?
no, yeah, it was like I felt like I was at an actual set.
Mhm.
Like I mean, yeah, we like kind of designed, because I remember like leading up to the shoot, you showed me like test film that you like did in your like basement or like something.
That was embarrassing. I did that at like 1 a.m. like the
Yeah,
day before.
he like showed me a mock setup of like what we were gonna do. He's like, here's like the two different camera angles. Here's how the lights are gonna look. And I was like, yo, this like looks dope. And then like, I think you came in like early, and we were like trying to test things out like in my apartment, and it was like, oh my god, my apartment was a mess because we had to move the couch, we had to move like all these things, and they're in like
so stressful.
it's this small hallway. I don't even know how long we were filming each day, but we had like, I don't even know how many people.
We had a solid 10 people.
Yeah, solid
the first
10.
day, and the second day I think we had just like 8, but like it still
It was a lot of
forever.
people. I mean, it turned out really well. And then, oh yeah, and then we had like, it felt like a real production because we had like a sound guy. Like, the people who were being interviewed, they were like, they wanted to help out too because like, you know, it's like kind of fun. So one of them was on sound. We had like a clipboard and like, well, it wasn't really a clipboard, it was a whiteboard, but you know, like, or like it felt like a real production.
Yeah, I made sure to like treat this as like something that is like more professional than anything else. That way, so I could give you guys like the best possible like product at the end of the thing, and like I could say at the end of it, like I put my everything into making this look good. And like I was very satisfied with the project. Oh my god,
It
No,
looks
yeah.
so good.
thank you.
Yeah, no, please check it out. It's actually one of like the best videos that he has really made. And I remember like going in on like our friend group's FaceTime calls, and you'd be like editing it, and I was like, dang. But yeah, it turned out really well. You guys should check it out.
It took in terms of editing, that was when I didn't know how to make everything like streamlined. So that was still like when I was still learning on how to like edit properly, or like set up like, you know, a mic like setting up like the cameras or setting up the lights. That was still like me trying to figure out everything. And so it just took 10 times longer, like 15 times longer than it could have been. And so
I mean, you learned a lot.
I did learn a lot. I did learn like past like, because there were some mishaps that happened during like filming. Like I almost lost the entire project. That
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I did not know about that.
Yeah, no. So it was
Thank God
literally
you
like,
didn't tell me that. I would have been so stressed.
no, literally like it was 4 days before like the deadline for this video. Like it was 4 days before the PCN, and I hadn't even edited the exec board one yet. And so I was like, all right, this shut down. I'm gonna go cry really quick, and I'm gonna come back and see if I can fix it. And it took like a whole day to like, because basically what happened was I opened up the project, and I was using like Adobe, what's it called? Adobe Premiere. Yeah, Adobe Premiere. I wasn't using
I don't know why.
I was using a version that isn't available to the mass public, but I was using it, and it was kind of
Premiere in general. I don't know
it
why
was kind of
you're using
glitchy.
Premiere.
It was kind of glitchy. But like, I opened the project, and I'm like, media cannot be found. That's strange. Let me just try restarting everything and fixing everything back up. And then I opened it again, and it was like, oh shoot, I I messed
That's
up.
awkward.
No, that was very awkward. And then I was like stressing to like our mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was like freaking out. I was like also in like the middle of Starbucks, so you could see my face like turn red and stuff. And so
Thank God I didn't know this.
yeah, thank God I didn't tell you. Oh my goodness,
dude, do you know how stressed I was? Like I was already doing all these other things.
Yeah, because you were the head of the PCN thing. So, and so basically I just like did some finagling here and there, and I had to use like a separate monitor and everything, and I was able to like bring back the footage, and I was able to finish it, I believe, like 2 days or 3 days before the PCN.
Yeah, not a lot of days.
Yeah, and I think I'm sorry, and then I think I was working on the exec board video, and I just didn't have enough footage either.
Yeah, wait. Before we get into like that mess, let's start off with like that process. That was also a pretty professional process. I remember. So, okay, I don't even remember. I think the first problem was getting all of exec board together to film.
That was one of them. That was that was the second most stressful part.
I think that was like, yeah, it was like really hard. Even like, cause like we were trying to get it all together. And I think, I don't know who you're with. So this video is also on YouTube if you want to watch it. We'll also link that video down below. But so I don't remember like how you came to the idea. I think you were like talking with Nikki, but the idea ended up becoming we were gonna make a like anime intro kind of vibe, but with like to a Filipino boy band song.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of so that was like the idea, and then the concept was it would be what was it? All the e-board members would be like off doing their own thing, and then we'll get a notification to like meet up for a meeting, and then we're like
rushing to the
meeting, and then like getting together. So that was the idea. But one of the first issues we had was getting everyone to meet up at a certain time. We wanted to film.
Oh my god. I was
having like war flashbacks right now.
Yeah, like I'm having war flashbacks of like how many times like how late we would stay to like make sure that everybody was together. And even then, like in the final product, like there was a scene that got cut, but like not everybody was in it, and like that was like in the back of my mind of like,
wait, what scene was that?
That was the one where you guys were all meeting together because Kayla wasn't in it.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so like one of the big things was like one of our members, Kayla, she had to leave earlier than all of us.
Bless her
heart. Yeah, we love her. We love you, Kayla, if you're listening. But so I think we filmed her first for her, at least her individual scene, so that we could because like I think in the back of our minds it was like, oh, we could easily meet up like all of us again potentially to like get that together. So we did her scene first, and then we like kind of just like went down each individual person's scenes, and like we wanted to make it seem like these were different settings, but we were filming in one building.
Literally, one like I think it was the castle.
It was
building,
castle,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and we just found. See, that's like what you like. You have to be creative when it comes to this like stuff because like a lot of the times you're very limited on what you have, and so like I don't know. I thought it was just like very interesting that like we found different ways to like.
No, yeah, because like in Castle, there's like different types of classrooms. So we had like an auditorium kind of, not really an auditorium, but like a mini auditorium style classroom. So we did like one in there. Then there's a library in Castle, like a mini library. So we did a shoot there. Like
a lecture room.
Yeah, a lecture room. Yeah. And then I know you did one scene where like you had the lights off and there's just like a singular light on Kayla. Mm-hmm. So that like makes it look different, like stuff like that. Like we had to get really creative to make it seem like we were all in different places. Yeah. When we really weren't.
Yeah, and we had to do this all in like a limited time span, like in the span of like 2 days with like people coming like in and out of like
5 hours each max. I don't even know.
So that was pretty stressful. But like the most stressful part of that entire thing was
editing.
Editing it wasn't hard. It really wasn't. It was just like you just flip between different screens, whatever. That's fine. Like that's just cutting and like making sure that they all line up. The issue was a lot of those scenes didn't look the way I wanted to.
And so it was a personal thing.
Yeah, it was a personal thing, but also like if I were to give this, it would not look as nice as it could possibly be. So I was literally editing this up to like the last day, like the day of the PCN.
No, the day I was there. I was literally there to perform early, and I sat down next to him, and he was still editing.
Rendered.
He was. Still
I think it was like maybe 2 hours prior.
Yeah, 2 hours prior, I was rendering it and like making sure that it was working on like the thing.
Yeah, we were testing it. Oh my god, that was like.
Yeah, Eliza.
You were so stressed. I was so like worried for you. And,
I
like,
was stressed.
I
God.
appreciated that concern because like I was literally sitting there and I'm like, this is not gonna work. Let me try doing it this way, or let me try doing it that way. And Eliza was just like watching me break down as a man.
Oh my
I'm
god,
like,
dude,
my
that
God.
yeah, that was like. Yeah, so I guess like yeah. Oh my god, that was getting more flashbacks.
Yeah, no, that was like the most stressful part, but that entire process was really fun because what I did, like, since I had like not a lot of footage to work with from like shooting with you guys, and like personal differences of like how I want this production to like go, what I did was like I would always in the past record different SAFA meetings or like SAFA events, and
Just for fun.
yeah, just for fun, like with my camera and everything, and yeah, I'd look like a weirdo every time I go into like a meeting with like this big ass camera, but I would just like record from here and there, and like I'd have like this whole like compilation of different SAFA events with different people, and luckily I was able to find different clips that would like be able to fit in this like moment, or, like be able to fit in this video, and so like finding all of those different clips and like meshing them together to like tell like a fun story in like the span of like a 2-minute video was
You have to go through so
many. It was like 15
stuff.
hours worth of
Oh
footage.
my
No, yeah, 'cause-
gosh.
Like Luigi like has this thing where he just like films us for funsies, and then he'll just like post it in the
Yeah.
drive.
That sounds creepy. You
Yeah, no,
really
I'm
sound
sorry. I'm
creepy.
sorry, everybody.
No, it's actually like really cool. Like, cause we like play volleyball this summer, and he would,
Yeah,
like film
the
it. So like
volleyball.
it's like
Mhm.
sometimes it's just like cool clips, you know,
Mhm.
or
The
like
memories
the
from
vlogs for like when we go to these
The
events.
tribe or what's it called? Our
Tribe.
summer games thing.
Oh my
That
god,
was
summer
so
games was so
cool.
fun, and like I think one of our other friends, Miguel, was able to make like an anime opening.
Yeah.
of
Oh
it.
yeah, wait.
And
And
so I
tell
used-
everybody,
yeah.
tell everybody what that was about, because I thought that was like really cool. That was like the first thing I like.
Oh,
Oh,
are
yeah,
you talking
you guys-
about the anime?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we had this thing over the summer.
No, like not this summer. It was like
no, it was
it was
last
a
summer. It was
while, yeah.
definitely
Dude,
not
like,
this summer.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
Yeah, but last summer we had this thing called was it Tribe? It was Tribe Vibes or
Wait,
Tribe Summer Games or something
well, we
like
I
that.
wanted-
don't remember. It was-
It was weird because we were also transitioning from our name from Tribe to Oncon.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like. We started off with Tribe Vibes, but then we were like, we're gonna be called
Our
Oncon.
Filipino group.
Yeah.
had
So basically, our Filipino
We made
group.
a summer Disney Channel summer games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with our Filipino group,
Yes.
and
We had it was pretty legit too.
Mhm.
Actually, Luigi was the one
Yeah,
who like
you were camp, he was our camp
I was one of the
counselor.
camp
no,
counselors that
he
helped set it up.
camp counselor. This was his inauguration,
Mm-hmm.
and his task was to organize this whole event.
Yeah, and so like I wanted to make this fun because like since we're putting all this work in, might as well record some videos, and so I decided to do that during the entirety of the event and like capture all these different moments. And one of our other friends, he decided to like make an anime opening. I don't know if it's anywhere like on YouTube or anything like that, but
Don't
if we're
think
able
it's on
to like
YouTube.
find like a link to that, like that would be.
It's so good.
It's
Yeah,
so
I know
good.
it's really good. I'll talk to Miguel, see if we can get that. Like,
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
like, I didn't realize how much you filmed, or like, I don't know.
it was no, he was filming the whole time.
I know it
Yeah.
was so fun too. That's
I
such a
can't
good
believe
day.
Miguel like sifted through that to find like all those things
Yeah,
too.
I can't
That's
believe it either. I would not have done that, and I still have. I mean, I was recording it with the intent of like making a video about it or a video with it, but I just kind of like like
dude.
You
Honestly,
filmed it.
yeah, I filmed it. And I'm
I
like,
feel
you know
like
what?
I feel
That's
like
my
it's,
contribution for today.
yeah. I mean, someone did something with it. It turned out really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And I remember, oh my god, remember when we were, oh my god, I don't know whose idea this was. If it was your idea, I really hate you. So we did capture the flags in like sand dunes, and there's
Oh,
like these
yeah.
two hills, which like doesn't look bad, but like try running up and down
was
like
tight.
Sand
really-
dunes, they always look like more, or no,
It
like
doesn't look
actually
as bad.
actually doing it is so much worse than actually just.
Yeah,
looking at
I don't
it.
know whose idea. That
Yeah,
was
I
the
wanted it to be
wor-
closer. I didn't want it to be on two separate mountains. Like, so someone literally put it on like Machu Picchu and Mount Everest. Like I was like, how? No one. How?
Who's that?
We have
Who-
squirt guns. Like this is not gonna. This is not gonna travel the
Whoever's
distance.
idea, like
ladies
we
and
were
gentlemen.
literally, and then these other guys were going to the dunes, and they watched us, and they're like, "Yo, you guys like I'm telling you, I think this is just our friend group. We like go all in when we like do things because we had teams, we had like bandanas that like signify our teams and
We
everything.
had squirt guns.
It was.
We had like
whole-
they had whistles and like
Yeah.
we had like a whole picnic, for like our lunchtime and everything, and then like actual games, like I was.
Yeah, and I was lucky to be able to document all of that because like looking back at it now, it's like probably like one of my fondest memories.
We was
So yeah,
that was like I think that's the closest we got to getting all of us
Everybody.
together.
yeah,
Literally everybody.
Like,
And
almost
guess what?
everyone.
We got it on video now. So,
Yeah,
ladies and
like-
gentlemen, if you say you don't like us as friends, check that video out. I
That's
think otherwise.
Yeah, but no, that was I think, yeah, that was like another example of you just filming us all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it actually turned into something,
Mhm.
which I feel like is just most of the time is like you just film everything, and like if someone wants to edit it, they'll edit it.
It'll become useful, like, in the future. Like, how you used all the SAFA, like, B-roll
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Hey, you know
definitely.
what? Honestly, I feel like what's gonna happen is we're gonna be like, yo, like you know how they make those videos for weddings, like people that get married. It'd be like,
Yeah, okay, so that's I want to transition into that in the future.
Oh!
Because I've been like researching and like reading and learning a lot about like wedding photography, and I've always wanted to like shadow somebody, but I just can't find anybody. So, yeah, if
Hit 'em
any of you
up.
guys have like have like someone who can mentor me, you know, hit me up. Luigi
if you know
McCarran.
someone who's doing, doesn't
like wedding-
JV do?
Yeah, but he's not really into like the videography aspect. He's more into like
No, I
photography.
think he has a friend
Oh,
because
JV
okay,
hit me up.
because JV. This is before I met you, obviously. I wish I met you, because that would just been like more people to take photos, but also just like it would have been fun to have you. But I had a debut. If you don't know what a debut is, that's like a coming of age, 18th birthday, party celebration thing. Like, and like, there's a lot of like traditions that go along with it, like, and stuff like that. So, we initially had our friend JV be our photographer, and then we also had to get this other guy to be our photographer because he was a family friend. But I wanted JV as my photographer mostly because like he's my friend and I know him. And then JV was trying to get his other friend, I think, to videographer, but then like be the videographer, but it didn't work out. So there's that. But yeah, you should talk
Yeah.
to JV. I think because then we end up getting my like, I don't even know, it was just a bunch of random people filming, which it could have been so much better if we actually had like a real. I mean, not saying that it wasn't bad, but like, you know, like it could just be so much better if we had like a real photographer.
I think all of these like experiences just ties in to the idea of like just film. Just go out there and like film and like do photography. Like
Honestly,
if you're very much into photography or videography, just don't be afraid to like just push yourself to do it. Because as soon as you push yourself to do it, you might fail, you might make mistakes, but you learn from that.
No, for real. Like anyone who knows me, I've like we said, we're part of the Mophosphere. I filmed every fact or MPOS, any event, out of state event that we go to. I film as if I was vlogging.
I vlog it too.
Right?
It's
And
so
isn't
much
it
I mean, like,
fun? You
fun.
get
Yes.
memories, you get to
Dude,
practice
I
everything.
have a
you know?
YouTube. I like low key like make it for fun because
Ladies
like
and gentlemen, Eliza's YouTube. Go ahead, plug it in right now. Ladies and gents. Go ahead.
there's a Jollibee mukbang on there if you guys want to check it out. It's just me eating.
Oh.
No, yeah, no. I've been meaning to edit them too. I'm just like edit. Okay, the thing is, I film on my phone. Editing, I don't feel like transferring everything to my computer to edit. So editing on my phone's hard, but I now have an iPad, so it's slightly easier. But I'm just like, I really should edit them all this summer, but I really didn't. But it's okay.
I mean, the fact that the thing is though, you did it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
no
I
matter
did it.
no matter what you were limited by, you did it. And so, like, if
I have-
anybody's just like limited by their stuff, by like technology or anything, like that's complete horseshit.
If you want to see my vlog, it's also on the same channel that Luigi's thing's on. So you can watch. It's pretty long. I learned from my mistake. Like that was my first time actually doing a vlog. To be honest, okay, I started this vlog as a joke. I was mimicking.
But it's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
like I
into it.
literally started. I was mimicking other people who vlog because like you can. I feel like in the first like few seconds, if you see me start, I think you were in the room too when I started. I think the conversation was, yo, what if I started vlogging like just for shits and giggles? I was like, yo, guys, so you can tell that I'm like trying to put on that like vlogger.
You're like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, I'm trying to put on that vlogger
Persona.
persona,
Yeah.
facade. And then later on, like, I don't know, like,
You
I guess the
became
more I
it.
was filming, the more, like, people, I think it was also, like, more people were kind of like, yo, you should actually, like, turn it into a vlog.
Yeah, do something with it.
So yeah, if I had known better, I mean, I did end up filming again, for fact for the following year, and I did learn more to break it up into different days. Because I like when I started filming, I didn't have the intent to turn it into anything. I literally just filmed it, and then I think people were kind of like, oh, I kind of want to see what like the vlog is gonna be like. So then I like edited it all together, but I didn't have enough footage to make like day 1, day 2, day 3 because I wasn't thinking to do that, and I also like did not like capture like all the things I could have.
So you put it all in one?
Yeah, I made it all in one video. It ended up being like a 30-minute video, which is kind of a little long, but like I mean,
it's so cool seeing other people's like perspective
of the same
like,
event. Yeah,
exactly. So like even if you think it's like not worthwhile or anything, no, it's still cool. I watch like random videos all the time
because oh my god, I was watching like. Cause during fact, like I watched what was it, Gabe Bundock and AJ, no, not AJ Raphael, Jeremy Passion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeremy Passion and Gabe Bundock perform, and I'm like, God, I wish I recorded that because like at that point, like my camera and stuff died, but I was able to search on YouTube, and I was like, I found them like performing, and I'm like, literally,
so someone recorded it.
Yeah, so like if you're ever like thinking like, oh, this is not gonna be interesting, or like this is not gonna go anywhere, like someone will find interest in it, and someone will search for
it, or even just
and
record it for the memes, you know?
For the memories for yourself. I mean, just go out there and record, you know, just do something. You never
know how useful. Yeah, especially if you're interested. Like I still have those videos on backlog. Maybe I'll edit them. Maybe I'll just start doing new things.
Yeah,
those will be there. I know. I remember. I thought it was crazy because I filmed like Jeremy. Like it was what fact was that? Fact 2019.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, fact 2019. I filmed Jeremy Passion and Gabe Doc, and my brother texted me like a few days later. He's like, oh, do you have the videos from that? And I was kind of shook. I was like,
why did he want it?
Because I guess he wanted to like hear like them live, or like, you know. But I was kind of shook that like he wanted these like videos, but like you never know, like really anyone could like end up wanting them or like look for them.
No, it's cool. Literally, like what you said, like I know like when I first went to EMU, I was like, wait, I want to see like what the dorms look like, or like, I want to see like, what is the day in the life of like a student, or like blah blah, or like, going to like into a Filipino organization, like how is that like, and I would Google stuff and like videos, and like it's so interesting, it's so cool, and like even if they don't get a lot of views, they're like
they're
so
interesting
what?
Who cares? You do it, you can do it for yourself, you can do it for other people to want to see it. Like it's literally like film and photography,
just like film,
you do it for whoever.
I mean, even like photography, it's like you just have nice photos, if anything, like, you know, people like you have these like really nice photos of like yourself or other people. Like my roommate, I like how I still call her my roommate, even though I'm not dorming this year. But she also does photography, and I remember she wanted to like do more photo shoots. So she asked, and my other roommate started a makeup account, and she wanted to like get more exposure, but she wasn't. Like, I'm sorry, Micah, but your pictures were not that good. I'm sorry, and we all clown her. We all clown her for this. God. So my Maya, my other roommate who was into photography, they did this deal where Micah would do someone's makeup, Maya would take pictures, and then they both have content.
Wait, that's so true.
That's great.
That's mutual. Like,
and so they asked me to model, and like Micah did my makeup, and then we went around in like the middle of winter. And I was like freezing my ass off taking photos, and it like they turned out really great. And then like, you know, they had photos to post on their accounts. Yeah,
no, that's awesome. I love seeing people like have an interest in photography or like videography, or just like you know, make the effort to like improve what they already have. Like as conceited as it sounds, and I'm sorry if like my stuff isn't that good, by the way. Just letting you guys know, my stuff is trash.
He says
but
that,
like
what?
I like seeing people like, you know, improve on like their craft, and I think it just all stems to people just starting, because when I first started like photography and cinematography, I was like so nervous, and like I'm like, where am I gonna go with this? Like, is this just a hobby, or I might as well just not do anything with it? And I noticed that a lot with people. Like, they just don't want to go into, like, a craft because they're scared of, like, just doing it. And, like,
that happened to me with this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day...
The hardest part is starting.
Yeah, the hardest part is literally starting.
I mentioned... I don't know if you remember this. We were driving somewhere. I don't know where we were driving to. We were talking about something. I was like, yo, this would be a good podcast topic. and you were like, "Oh, I don't have the equipment for that." So in my mind, I was like, "Oh, we can't do it." I don't know if you remember that conversation.
Oh, I do. I remember that.
And then months later, I'm talking to Elisa. I was like, "Oh my god,
we were talking in the car again.
And we were in a car,
and we were like, "This is so interesting. People would like this."
And then she's like, "Just do it," and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Yeah.
Like in the following week, she's like, "We're starting."
I texted her, "Hey, I ordered the equipment. I've done some tests. I've done some test audio. Get ready. We're starting."
Yeah, and look what you guys did. You guys gave birth to a beautiful party. Look at that. You guys gave birth to it. It's amazing.
Next step, this relates. Eventually, the goal, we really want to get this on video format, because some of the podcasts I listen to have a video format, and I think it would just be really cool.
Yeah.
Having that like visual aspect, so, like we could show you guys stuff, and like talking about things, and like,
it just expands everything even more too. And like we have big plans, but
yeah. But like at the end of the day, like
we started.
Yeah, I held you. Yeah, I know. I held you guys back from with all the tech and stuff that comes with the podcast. But like you guys said, fuck it, let's do it.
Okay, I mean, like also
which is great though. It's just
also the
awesome.
timing of like when I brought it up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally like in the midst of PCN. There's no way I could have like managed to start a podcast, put on a PCN, and be a college student. You know, so like I think it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
It's good that we started this during the summer.
Yeah, no, I think it worked out that like you like it was kind of like a sign. Like I don't believe in coincidences, so, and I also am a believer in God. So I think it was just like God telling me like now is not the time. You cannot handle all this. Do not even think about it right now. You need to focus on like the important things. What's at the time was PCN school. Then the summer hit. And I had nothing to do because my job wouldn't let me pick up any more hours because of COVID. And so then I think that's like why the signs were like, just do it now.
Yeah, no, you guys did it. And I'm so happy to see that. And also like seeing your guys' podcast and like seeing like another Filipino group's like short film like in production and like seeing like the final product, like it like makes me want to do more. And so it's just I don't know, like I want to like pound the idea of like I heard this quote from somewhere, I forgot where it was, but the best thing to do is the right thing. The second best thing to do is the wrong thing. And the worst possible thing you could do is nothing at all.
Ooh.
It's not as deep, it's not really that deep, but it's just like
it's true.
It's true though. Yeah, if you don't
it all
do
comes
anything.
down to like just like
Getting
get
started.
out there and just do it, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could fail, you could not, but like
The hardest thing with
You learn a lot.
anything is getting started.
Exactly.
Like literally anything. Like
yeah, I was so nervous of getting into photography and film, and like because like I was like there's nothing I can do with this in like the future, like I'm not gonna go anywhere with this. But it's
all
just
the projects
like
you've done.
I know, and look at
I
all the
know.
projects I've done, and
And,
it
like-
just all came from like
And I
just
still
starting.
I still keep asking you to do more.
Yeah, and it's just like I have like a bunch of products that are not products, but projects that I can work on now, or like do a lot of different things.
Or like even putting yourself out there, other people might ask you to do things. I.e., me asking Luigi.
Which is Camille asking me to do stuff for SAFA.
Hey, I mean I could do it, but like sometimes it's like you gotta know like where your boundaries are, and like I know that Luigi will do it better, and I want to have a good legacy of SAFA, you know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why like if you watch those videos, like you know they're good, so and they're up on the SAFA YouTube channel, so for years to come, because like what I really wanted from those videos too, besides like a really cool interview video or a really cool like e-board video, is like I wanted to like leave a legacy. I wanted people to look back and be like, oh, like that's what they did in their second year. And if I want that effect, and like yes, I could have easily done that too if I wanted to, but I just know that Luigi's a little better than me at it.
Oh no, that's not true.
Shut the fuck up. Like I also had other things on my plate, so there's like no way I was like
Yeah.
gonna do that
So
too.
basically, I was the runner-up.
But so I asked Luigi so that way he could bring him on the project, and you know, because I had a vision and I knew that Luigi would be able to help with that vision, and it worked out. So like even if you just like start up, people will notice, and maybe like they might be able to do it, but maybe they're like, I can't. Let me get someone else to do it, and that someone else could be you.
Yeah, and I like I just love seeing just people like thrive in like their art and craft. Like one of the things that that I recently got into, which is kind of embarrassing, but also kind of relates to like cinematography and like photography, is TikTok. TikTok.
I love
Eliza,
TikTok.
you can. I know how much you love TikTok. Oh, but TikTok is such as there are some like there's like some creepy stuff. There's different sides to it. But like one of the things I love seeing is how much people practice like cinematography and photography on TikTok, and they don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, exactly. Because
like the composition and like how people make stuff look, and like
you have to think about like the angles,
the editing.
I remember
editing, transitions on
alone,
TikTok.
that is
immaculate.
Yes.
If you can I think most people who are TikTokers, like, you know, they're like thinking about that, even though it's not.
Mm-hmm.
People are literally making like short films and like on TikTok and like different like episodes and like stuff.
Yeah, and they're able to. Yeah, it's like such a great place to like practice.
No, yeah, I remember my friend Ria. She was like doing TikTok stuff, and then we were like, "Oh, Ria, you gotta practice those camera angles so that way you can get like really good like shots and stuff like that." And like that's clearly like a videography thing.
Yeah, no, TikTok, like, it just expands the boundary of like what people can do. Like, it makes it so like it kind of like TikTok like introduced, well, I guess TikTok, Vine, YouTube, all like those social medias, they kind of like introduced the idea of like cinematography and filmmaking for people who
because it's like user friendly.
Yeah,
like
it's user friendly for anybody.
But then like taking a step further and like going into that, there's so much more you can do, which is so cool. And seeing what people can do is just so beautiful.
Right?
Like, it's so cool. I spent hours on it.
Like, before this, like, there would always be it'd always be movies made by like rich people with like fancy cameras and all this stuff. But like with the introduction of all these like different social medias, you have all these like content creators that can like create things and tell stories through like either TikTok, YouTube, Vine. Well, it's dead now. Like Snapchat, all these different like sources of practicing cinematography, and nobody just knows about it. But they're still practicing.
They're still doing it. Yeah, exactly.
They just don't
like,
know that it's
right. Because I think YouTube probably started off because like I remember when YouTube first started off, and then everyone was watching the same thing, you know, and like those people, you look back at those videos, they were like those home videos, but they're still they still practice. Oh yeah, Fred.
Yeah, Fred, Nikki Higa, Smosh, all of those people, like they
started off like if you look at their like initial videos too, like you can tell
making fun videos.
Yeah,
you know?
And then like Fred has a movie, Nikki Higa does so much.
Yeah, like oh my god, Fred, Nikki Higa, Smosh has made multiple movies. Yeah. Whether they're good or not is totally a different topic, but the fact that they did it. Yeah, they did it, and like they practiced through making YouTube videos. And
yeah, so, and they like, probably as they're like awesome. You know working on it, they had to probably think of like, oh, is this a good angle? Oh, like, is the lighting good? You know, these, like, thoughts that, like, you think when you're making it, but it's actually, like, practicing, like, cinematography or...
Yeah, and I just love how, like, accessible it is now to everybody.
Exactly.
Like, literally anybody can just pick up a camera and, like, make something out of it. And,
and that's pick up a camera, record, and post.
Literally your phone. Just...
Literally.
No, yeah, especially because, like, with how phones are now today, like, I remember when I first started the podcast, like, I for, like, a little bit, I was kind of stuck on, like, oh, I need, like, this type of equipment, and then my brother was, like, literally, Camille, you could just record on your iPad, and, like, I'm telling you right now, this episode is recorded on an iPad. I did invest in, like, a decent mic at the minimal, but...
Humble beginnings. Dude, we started this. Look at us now. Like, this is...
We're on episode 5.
Yeah, we're underneath the bed right now recording this.
In our recording studio, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we've upgraded. We're now in a studio. We have
we're now in Los Angeles. We're right underneath the Hollywood sign. And yeah, we're just thriving here.
Exactly. But no, yeah.
Can you pass me my caviar, please?
But yeah, no, I'm telling you now, this episode is recorded on an iPad using the default notes. So you could easily just pick up, like, the way that iPads, phones, like, camera quality on them is so much better.
Literally just, like, do your research, look into things.
No, yeah.
The internet is a great source.
Yeah, yeah, this mic was, like, probably, like, I don't know, $20.
Yeah. And, like, you shouldn't be limited by, like, your the tech that you have, because the one thing that's very important in any sort of, like art or like any sort of like video, like photography, like podcasts, the main important thing is the story.
Yes.
The story is the highest the most important thing that you could have. And so honestly, if your if your mic sucks, if your camera is not that great, if any of that it just is not up to par, but your story is like amazing, nobody will care. Because like what's important is what you're listening to, like the actual like meat
the content,
the content.
Yes.
And then eventually,
and so that's why I like this podcast, is because like you guys don't care about like you guys aren't limiting yourself by like the technology that you guys have. You guys just make it, and that's what I think.
No,
is
yeah,
awesome.
we literally, I mean, I got this iPad mostly for school stuff, and then now I use it to record the podcast. And then I did at least invest in a mic, because there's some things, like, depending on, like, your art, there's some things you want to be good, but I didn't spend, like, over $100 on this mic.
Yeah.
You know, I did my research, I did look for, like, cheaper alternatives, and I looked for something that would work for me and Elisa, so that way we could both have a mic, and, like, I'm not spending too much money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use a free audio editor to edit. Yeah. So it's, like,
use your resources. Look at stuff.
If you just do your research honestly, and then like Luigi said, he started off with his family camera.
Don't be limited. Don't be limited on what you have. Like, just start. Just do something. You have a phone. If you have a phone, you can do videography. You can do photography. You can do podcasts. You can literally do anything. Really, like, as long as you have just something, you know.
Yeah, honestly, that's just get started. The start is gonna be hard. I remember. I don't know. Like you said, you were. You were nervous about getting started. I remember for us that after that first week of like getting the equipment, we had to think of like a few things, like name, or what we like, all these other things, and like, oh dude, that week I was just like, I wanted to like move so fast, but it was just like we could like.
You're talking about for this podcast?
Yeah, for this podcast.
Like, there was so much going into it,
and we had to like.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I wanted to like get all those like small things done out of the way so we could like really get into it, but like those things, like, you know, those are the important things, and like you have to go through those like smaller steps. It's like, I know like a lot of people, they just want to like get to it or like be good at it, but you got to go through those like small steps. Like, you know, I had to like learn a lot of things before starting this. I had to learn how to edit, how to like what the best way to record. Literally, my brother and I went to like 3 different rooms recording. We would use different things to record. Before I got these mics, we would put blankets over our head to see if it sounded any better. Like, so it does take a lot, but I think it's worth it. And like, if you can get through those like steps, like it's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of pretty much anything. Like, if you just started, like, there's gonna be failure, which is fine because you're doing it. Mm-hmm. And like you learn with the experiences that you have. And so like, yeah, at the beginning of like me doing like cinematography and photography, God, I don't even want to show you like the like the first photos I ever taken, because like I have them on Instagram. No, I literally archived them. No one will be able to see that.
Though.
I think I remember when they were on there. But yeah,
and then now you remember that they aren't. No, but like it's just like I wouldn't have been able to get to like my current skill set, not where I am, because I'm literally like, I'm just a nobody. I'm no one.
Stop.
So, but like but like
you're still
going from not having anything or not having any knowledge about it to like where I am now with my current skill set.
And you guys, like, you have a pretty decent clientele.
No, everybody's great. No, it's just I'm just kind of still starting out. That's the thing.
People ask you to take photos.
I was gonna ask you to.
Oh, really?
But I know you're busy.
At Luigi McCarran Photography.
We literally asked you like in the beginning of the summer, it's like, yo, you want to take photos of us?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a photo shoot, so sometime.
Dude, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, let me know, and I'll be totally. We're
working it out. But yeah, so I guess we could start wrapping up. Is there any last thoughts that anyone wants to say before?
I know we were kind of all over the place. We're talking about cinematography and photography, but like,
I mean, that's
I know. I really want everybody just to know, just if you have like an interest in any sort of like visual arts or just anything in general, just get started. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn, because at the end, at the end of everything, like, you'll be able to make something more than if you didn't do anything at all.
Exactly.
You know?
And, like, you don't know if you'll like it unless you, like, try it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you might not even like it, but at least now you know you don't like it.
Yeah, so all you picky eaters, I swear to God,
that's literally what I thought
if you ever
about,
go to like,
That's
if
what
you
I
ever go to
thought.
California or something where there's such a diverse place of food, you better try shit, because you can't have no bland taste in the middle of like,
oh my gosh,
a culture pot of
where's
a place.
the flavor?
Yeah, so I
But yes, go.
encourage people to expand your tastes and expand your
Your taste in hobbies and your taste in food.
Yeah, expand your taste
in
and
hobbies
eat up and eat up.
Yeah.
If you find that, eat it up.
But just to don't be afraid to make mistakes, because there's only one way to go, and that's up. You know.
Facts. Facts.
That's not in terms of food. That's in terms of like whatever you guys want to do in your life.
All right. I guess that's the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something, or at least like if you get anything from this episode, just start. It's really the main point, I guess, or lesson. So if you guys want to see Luigi's videos that we mentioned, we'll link them in the show notes. If you want to follow his photography page, we'll also link his Instagram.
At McCarran Photography, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can roast me all you want, and that way I can learn how to do better. I appreciate.
Or you can book him if you're in the Southeast Michigan area and you're looking for some really good photos. And then also follow us on our socials, which will also be in the show notes. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you guys want us to cover any topics, please let us know. And I hope to see you guys next time.